Alright, here it is, my 1997 Suzuki rf900 engine being put back together. Very rare motorcycle, only made for 4 years, right before the GSXRs, right after the GSXR 1100W. To this day, it holds a land speed record for red line top out, average speed of 165 miles an hour for 24 straight hours in a row. Said to be one of 3 bikes that Suzuki has ever said is bulletproof and cannot blow up. As long as it has oil in it, it will not blow up. And between you and me, I put it to the test. Engine is very solid engine. Really love the bike. After you do some sprockets on the tire, rear sprocket on the rim and front sprocket over here, I get up to just under 200. Second gear, the only problem that everybody has with these engines, as well as the rf900, is second gear always tends to end up slipping. Second gear is right here, and it tends to start slipping because these dogs right down in there. The dog right there. She ends up freaking rounding off on the tips. And vice versa with the receiving end. They end up rounding off. So mine just started slipping, and I beat the hell out of my bike. Trust me, I'm the epiphany of ride it like you stole it type of rider. So 30,000 miles, I'm actually at 33,000 miles, started slipping. So I just took it all apart, get down to your gears, take your Dremel. Come on. Come on, phone. You take your Dremel with a certain grinding, sharpening, tip, whatever you want to call it. It always tends to worked out no problem. Only took me like an hour or two. I did both sides. Did the power side and the receiving side, and just I undercut everything. That way, the harder I hit the throttle, the harder it's actually going to lock into each other. See the angle I put on it? It's not straight, it's actually curving in, and vice versa with where they lock into. They're not straight up and down, they actually curl in. That is so the harder I hit my throttle while being in that specific gear, whichever one it is going to be the harder they lock into each other, so it's gonna just force itself to stay there. Other than that, this bike is beautiful. This engine's beautiful. Friggin' the inside of the case, being a 1997 bike, that's 22 years old. 22-year-old motorcycle that's actually in better shape than most bikes I see out nowadays. Cleaned the pistons off, WD-40 and a dish rag. Just got the carbon off of them. Other than that, the bike is actually really sweet. A very clean motorcycle. I think after I'm done putting this baby back together, I'm going to use high compression pistons and some new piston rings, and I might bore out my cylinders a little bit because they're absolutely huge. Think I'm gonna go up to the 1100 cylinders, and this is gonna be one bad son of a bitch. But for those of you that don't need a bad bitch, it's still a great motorcycle just sitting as a 900. It keeps right up with my brother. My brother has a 2006 Suzuki SV1000. And I tell you right now, me being a 5-speed and him being a 6-speed, we are literally side by side all the way through my 5 gears. And I'm riding it like I stole it, and so is he. He's never been in front of me, I can tell you that. Not bad for a carbureted freaking inline 4 motorcycle from 1997 to keep up with a brand new 2006 fuel injected with a power commander. Well, I shall get back to you guys next time. But for now, that's how she is. For those of you that don't know, when you go to do these gears, you do have to take everything off, including the pistons, because they just won't fit out the holes. They won't fit out of the damn holes on the top half of the case. So you do have to go from the top to the bottom, split your case open, and then you can get right to your gears. They just pop out. You can fix them yourself. Don't even need to buy a new one. You can fix them yourself, as long as they're not chewed up or sheared. And you do it all for nothing. It's only taken me about a weekend. So for those of you that know a little bit or have a shop manual, not a hard task to accomplish. Well, until next time. Bye, Felicia.